like a Friday night on the weekend. I feel blessed.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if you're new, and if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So as you can see by the title, this is going to be a chit chat, get ready with me. So I'm going to be sitting here doing my makeup, and I'm just going to be shooting the breeze with you guys. So basically today I'm going to be doing a dewy makeup look on my oily skin. I tried this a couple days ago and I actually really did like it. Now a disclaimer is that it is still going to involve powders, because I can't get away with just doing cream products. Like, I need some powders, but in the end it's still going to have like a little glow to it. So that's what I'm going to consider as being dewy. So yeah, so I'm going to sit here and chit chat with you guys about a couple of things that have been put on my heart to speak about, that I have dealt with before, and I know that a lot of people right now are dealing with, and even some things like with people in my personal life that I've had conversations with and things like that. Like, I just thought that this would be helpful for us to sit and chat about these topics. So if you want to sit and you do my makeup with me, chit chat, go ahead and grab you a snack, go ahead and get your makeup brushes out, go ahead and clean up, do whatever you need to do, have me in the background, girl, and let's get started. I'm gonna start out with putting this on my lips, and this is the vanilla lip mask from Bath and Body Works. I don't know if it's still available right now, but I picked this up a few months ago at one of their little mini sales that they had. And do I have a lip color over here? I don't. Okay, I do. Okay, yeah. So I was supposed to do this video yesterday, and if you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to look at my mirror. But let me zoom you in a little bit. So yeah, I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I was not able to. So I do have all of my products right here ready to go. I'm gonna turn my light on. Okay, now that my lips are nice and moisturized, let's go ahead and get started. So of course, as always, I'm going to list everything, if I can find it, down below in the description box, because I'm not going to be going too in depth on any of these products, because I'm going to be running my mouth talking to you guys. So if you're curious about what I use, then definitely check down there below. But I will speak on this though. I did want to use this in a video. I have used this a couple times. This is the Bobbi Brown skin tint, and I did get this too dark, so I do have to mix this. So this actually is a product that has like vitamin E in it. It has, I believe, SPF in it. No, it has vitamin D, it has SPF, and it has cactus flower. So it's supposed to be a skin tint, so it's lighter than a foundation, but I'm still doing a full beat regardless, even though I'm using the skin tint. But I am going to mix a little bit of that in with this CoverGirl Outlast full coverage. This also has SPF in it. It has SPF 18. So I'm going to be mixing these two together, so just so I can get a lighter color, or more close to my color, because this one is darker than my skin. But I chose it pretty quickly in a pinch, because it was actually sent to me to try out. So that has nothing to do with this video, but I just thought I would mention. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna start on my eyebrows here. So the first topic that I have written down is feeling defeated. So I feel like we all can relate on sometimes feeling defeated. You feel like you have done everything in your power to make a way for yourself, but it seems like the universe just keeps on knocking you back down. Maybe I should get closer, because I'm going to be looking down at this mirror. So yeah, you feel like you've done everything in your power to succeed, and then things just keep getting in your way. You just keep on having more and more obstacles that arise, and then after a while you start feeling hopeless and you start feeling pretty defeated. So as I've said before, when you are on a healing journey, sometimes it's not as quick as, you know, a couple of weeks. Sometimes it's not as quick as a couple of months. Sometimes it might take years for you to get in a space where you feel like you're really in your groove and you're really getting yourself back. Now the problem with that is you will start to feel like that's how your life is going to be forever. And I speak from experience. When I was going through some things, I feel like since it took me so long to get over it, and it took me so long to come out on the other side, be the happy person I am right now, that I really can say that I am right now, like, I thought my life was just doomed to be that way. And I kind of felt like I was cursed. Like, it kind of felt like, you know, it was some type of curse. And I'm like, you know, I don't know what my ancestors did for me to deserve the things that I'm going through, but it's like, I don't like it and I want it to stop. But I just want to say that it's totally normal to feel defeated. You just have to try your best in the best way you know how to fight those demons. Like, if you need to go get therapy, there's nothing wrong with getting therapy. You're not crazy if you go get therapy. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people's family dynamics speak negatively about getting therapy, and they make people feel less than because they chose to get that option. But it's like, if you need to do that, then go ahead and do that. But if you feel like you can get through it yourself, which, you know, I'm not going to advocate for either or, because I personally did not get therapy when I probably, for some things that I had went through, probably should have. But, you know, I'm definitely an advocate for doing what you feel is best for yourself and not letting anybody else dictate that for you. So it's like, if you are in a place where you're just feeling extremely defeated, you're feeling like you're never going to get out of it, I'm just here to personally tell you that you most certainly will break out of that. Like, you most certainly will get out of the feeling of feeling defeated. It's not something that's going to happen forever, and you have to know that within yourself. Like, you have to tell yourself that you are going to break those shackles, you're going to break those chains. And, you know, even if you still have days where you still feel sad and depressed, and you still feel like I'm not really, you know, feeling this day, that's okay. But you have to tell yourself that, you know, this is not forever. You know that one day it is going to get better, and you have to challenge yourself to do something each day that brings you some type of happiness. Even if you get out the bed, do your obligations, and then you later on getting back in the bed for the rest of the day, it's like, you know, give yourself credit for getting out the bed and doing something. Give yourself credit for getting out the bed and going to go brush your teeth, going to go take a bath, like going to work, taking care of your kids, fixing them dinner. Even if you are feeling like you are at your lowest point, you still have to find something to congratulate yourself for. Because if you really think about it, there's some people that they weren't able to do that. They weren't able to do things for their children. They weren't able to get out the bed and brush their teeth. They weren't able to go take a bath. So it's like, you have to congratulate yourself on getting over some type of hump, even when your mind is telling you something different. Like, our minds are very, very powerful, and whatever we tell ourselves, we will start to believe that. So, like they always say, the man that says he can't and the man that says he can, they're both correct. They're both correct. But you just have to figure out which man or woman that you're gonna be. It's like, it absolutely is hard. Like, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take that away from me. And also, don't let anybody put a time frame on your healing process. And I've probably talked about this before, but that is mostly because I have went through that, and it's not fun. It's not a fun feeling for somebody to tell you, you know, you still feeling that way, or you still are going through that. Like, that's not a fun feeling for somebody to tell you, you know, how long your journey is supposed to be, because you're not them, they're not you. They cannot dictate your personal healing journey or your personal feelings. So, you know, even if you are feeling defeated, just know that you will come out on top if you just stick through the long haul, do whatever you need to do to feel better. you're going to make it. You're going to come out on top, and you're gonna feel so good when you do. You're gonna feel amazing when you finally have that day where you just wake up and you're just like, wow, I really persevered through that storm. I really got through that storm and I really made it to the other side. I really did that. And it's like, you're gonna really feel like, you know, you can do anything when you get through something like that. Like if you get through a deep depression, a depression that has you just down and out, like a pain you've never felt before. Oh gosh, why am I dropping everything? A pain that you've never felt before, you will feel like some type of warrior. You will just feel undefeated. That feeling defeated feeling will just be like, wow, I cannot believe that I felt like that I felt like there was no hope. Because look how I feel now. Look at me now. Like, you know, you may feel like, oh, I'm not excelling at my job, or I'm not in a relationship, I can't, you know, I can't find anybody, or blah blah blah. And it's like, you know, these are all human feelings, and we have to allow ourselves, I did not mix that good, but it's okay, I will. We have to allow ourselves to feel that way and then move forward. Because one thing we cannot do, and one thing we can't afford to do in this life, is wallow in our sorrows for too long. Because it's like, you give yourself a chance to feel that feeling, but also try to actively get over that feeling. Try to actively do something that will make you feel better. Do something that will get you some fresh air. You know, take some vitamin D, get some vitamin D in the sun, be around people. Because one big mistake, and I've done this as well, is isolation. Sometimes you do require some isolation. Sometimes you do need to be by yourself. But I feel like if you are by yourself for so long, the isolation part just starts feeling just like worse and worse. So you really have to be careful with that as well. Like, it's okay to have alone time, but if you're only spending time alone, you are not spending time with any of your loved ones or your friends anymore. It's like, that's when, you know, you need to take a step back and try to figure out what you need to do differently, because it's important. Now, I don't really like a bunch of people either. I don't, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't like a whole bunch of people. I like to be in my space as well. I'm pretty introverted, honestly, but I still try to make an effort to be social, at least a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go out and be around a bunch of people, but I've realized that being, you know, just even a little bit social is a good thing. So I say all that to say that even if you are feeling defeated today, you know, there's always tomorrow. You don't know, you might wake up tomorrow and you might feel completely different. Like, tomorrow might be a whole new day. And I feel like that's how it happened for me. Not saying that that's the end all be all, because we are all different, of course, and not everybody's journey is the same whatsoever. But out of my own personal experience, it's like I had just a day of awakening. Like, if you suffer from depression or anxiety and things of that sort, you appreciate the good days so much more, because you know how it feels to be extremely low. It's like the good days mean, it's like you feel like you won the lottery. You're excited to wake up every day, because you're, you know, I wake up in the morning and I see the sunlight and I'm like, I'm so happy. Thank you, God, for letting me make it through the night. I'm so excited that I was chosen again to make it through the night and wake up, because that does not happen for everybody, as we know. Not everybody made it. Not everybody is, you know, here with us. They're not able to watch this video and they're not able to interact or do any of that because they took their last breath last night. But for some reason, we still woke up and we're still here. We're still in this race. So I just feel like as long as you still have breath in your body, the race is not over. It's not done. You still have time to do what it is you want to do. or you're gonna at least try to do it. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Like, if you still have breath in your body, you still have a chance, and that's the beauty of it. We're still breathing, we're still able to move around, we're still, you know, able to be active. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the fact that you are here another day above the ground. So something else that was on my mind is reaching goals and being consistent. This is something for me that I have been working on a lot lately. I feel like I've been doing a much better job at being consistent, because with anything in this life, especially, even if you are just trying to feel better about, you know, your situation, or you're trying your best to pull yourself out of a hole, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to reach goals on social media, you have to be consistent, because doing something every now and then, it's not gonna reach your goal unless you just got extremely lucky, which happens, you know, that does happen. People get extremely lucky, but unless that happens, unless you are a lottery pick, it's not gonna happen. You know, if you post a YouTube video every 3 weeks like I was doing at the beginning of my YouTube career, nobody's gonna find you. YouTube is not gonna put you in the algorithm. Now, you do have one-off situations, and there's always an exception to the rule. There's always an exception to the rule. You might be an overnight sensation, but just in case that overnight sensation has already been chosen by the universe and your name was not in that hat, it's best to just do a little extra work. I feel like too, when I would tell myself I want to lose weight, I tell myself I want to look how I used to look, I don't like this extra weight on me, what did I do about it? Not much. I didn't do much about it. I would complain about it. I might get up a little bit and, oh, I'm on a diet this week, I'm not eating bread or sugar, I'm not doing this, you know, and it was cute for a couple days, but once the instant gratification didn't happen, I stopped. You know, and I've had stints on YouTube as well where I didn't post a video for 2 months straight because I was just over it. I was done. I just gave up. But I just kept on posting even when nobody was watching my videos. Even if a video got 5 views, I kept posting. I'm like, you know what? Shout out to them 5 people that watch my videos. Shout out to y'all, because, you know, I'm going to keep going, and eventually something's gonna pick up. I still would like to be much further in my YouTube career than I am right now. But you know what? I'm just going to continue to keep trucking and continue to keep posting, you know, and be grateful for the supporters and viewers that I do have. But I promise you, things are not going to happen for you if you're not consistent. And if you just, you know, do something every now and then. Every now and then is not going to help you lose weight. Every now and then is not going to help you gain weight if that's what you're trying to do. Every now and then it's not going to grow your Instagram. It's not going to grow your TikTok, because your show ain't growing my TikTok. My TikTok right now is pretty sad. But you know what? That's because I know that I'm not putting the effort in to that platform that I should be putting in. So it shows. It shows. It has every now and then numbers. TikTok is not something that I take serious. I want to take it serious, but I still have not done it. And it's like, how bad do you want it if you're not, you know, if you're not putting in that effort? So sometimes you just have to be real with yourself. It's like, do you really want it? Or is it just nice to say? Which is harsh, but these are talks that I've had with myself as well, because it's like, girl, if you really wanted your YouTube channel to grow, and this is, you know, in the beginning, and I'm still trying to get back on the ball right now, but especially in the beginning, I'm like, you know, posting every now and then is not going to get you those desired results. So it's like, be real with yourself and ask yourself, are you being consistent? Do you want it bad enough? Are you really hungry? Or does it just look good to say like, oh, this is what I want to do, so I'll do it for a little bit, or I'll put a little bit of effort in, or I'm tired, or blah blah. It's like, you know, success and the universe does not care that we're tired. It does not care at all. It's unfair. Life is unfair, but they don't care that we're tired. They don't care we have kids. They don't care we're working. They don't care we go to school. They don't care about none of that. The universe does not care. And it's like, there's always somebody out there that is willing to outwork you. There's like, if you watch Eric Thomas, he's always talking about, are you going to let somebody outwork you? Are you going to let them, you know, take your spot? And it's like, you just have to be real with yourself. If you're letting somebody else outwork you, then it's like, can you really get mad? You know? And these are talks I had to have with myself. Like I say, I'm not talking down on anybody at all, but it comes to a point where if you really want something, you really have to be real about it. And, you know, getting back in shape was something I really wanted. And I'm very happy that I have started on this journey. But it's a journey. It's not a race. It's a marathon. Like, you gotta keep passing yourself the torch. There's nobody else that's gonna pass the torch. You're running a relay race, or, you know, something like that. You have to pass the baton to yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter, because you live in your own head. You live in your own body and in your own mind. So it's like, you really have to keep that in mind. And this, honestly, like, I know we are chilling and doing all this, and I know I feel like I'm probably preaching and giving tough love, but I would not tell you anything that I don't tell myself, that I don't go by myself. I have to keep it real with my own being, you know? So, because you can lie to everybody else, but you cannot lie to yourself. Like they always say, the results really show who was grinding. You can't out cheat the grind. You can't lie to the grind. So I know I look crazy. I know. Wild right now. But like I said, this skin tint is a little too dark. And even with me mixing it, like, I still feel like I need something a little lighter. But once I blend everything in, it's gonna be good. So right now I'm gonna use my oil absorbing primer mist from the Creme Shop, and I'm gonna blend this in. But always keep in mind, even if something is too light or too dark, you can always fix it. Like, you can always have some type of concealer or something. That's the beauty of doing different layers and steps of makeup. Now, usually when people use skin tint, they're not doing a full face. They're just like putting some on because they just want to look presentable. But since this is not my color, I don't really have the luxury of doing that. So I'm just using this as a like lighter weight foundation. So I should have got like a headband or something. But yeah, once everything dries down and everything, it'll all come together, I promise y'all. You just always gotta trust the process, even when it's looking crazy. But that's with anything in life, you gotta trust the process. So obviously this talk that we're having today is just like a motivational type of speak, because I feel like lately these themes have come up around me a lot, and I feel like let's just address it all at one time, where, you know, people that I don't talk to on a daily basis, maybe, you know, I have somebody out there that's feeling a certain type of way as well, then we can just all discuss it at once. The next topic I feel like is another mindset type of topic, and a lot of people struggle with this, and I feel like I have struggled with this as well. But you have to know that everybody is not out to get you. Everybody is not doing everything to you. Like, sometimes we have to look into our own minds and see, do we just have a chip on our shoulder? Because everything is not always how we perceive it. Like, if you're always, you know, angry all the time, and you're always thinking somebody's doing something to you, or, you know, you don't like how somebody did something, or you don't like how they operate, that's not always the other person's fault. Sometimes, you know, we might be a little sensitive. You know, sometimes we might have a chip on our shoulder. Sometimes we might think that, you know, the world owes us something when it absolutely does not. Like, whatever cards we are dealt, you know, that's the cards that we are dealt. I have to change my battery. Okay, I had to change my battery. But yeah, whatever cards we were dealt in this life are unfortunately the cards we were dealt. And it's up to us to, you know, make changes that we see fit if we want something different out of this life. Like, you can't be constantly upset with everybody else around you because you feel like, oh, you're doing this or you're doing that or blah blah blah. And it's like, you know, the world is not going to conform to our own agendas, because everybody else has their own life. Everybody else has their own piece to the puzzle. So it's like, I definitely had to learn this too. Like, if we are overly sensitive at times, sometimes we can perceive things different than what they actually are. And it's like, we have to have a tougher skin in this life, because if you don't have a tougher skin, you know, you're going to be disappointed more than you're going to be happy. Like, you have to make yourself happy. You have to make yourself accept things for what they are, accept the things that you cannot change and that you cannot control, and just be happy. Because the more you focus on the negatives, the more negatives that you're going to see. Like, I promise, it's like the law of attraction is so real, because you will attract terrible things if you always have terrible thoughts. If you are always being a negative spirit, you will attract negativity. You will attract, you know, terrible people to you, and you will run good people off, because nobody wants to deal with that all day. Nobody wants like constant negativity in their lives. Like, people need a break. We need a break from that. Like, so you just have to know that, you know, everything that happens is not some type of universal vendetta against you. Sometimes we might just look at things in a way that they were not meant to be. So I definitely will say I'm still sensitive. I'm still a sensitive person. So I'll never not be a sensitive person. But some things I had to like look at myself and ask myself, did they really mean that like that? Or was that really bad of them to say or feel? Sometimes people are giving tough love and we just can't handle it. Or you simply don't like something that somebody does, which of course you don't have to deal with anything in this life you don't want to deal with, but eventually, you know, that's gonna lead to a very lonely life, because humans are always going to do something we don't like. They're always going to disappoint us some type of way. And if you don't have that in your head, you'll never have friends, you'll never have a relationship, you'll never, you know, maintain a job, maintain business relationships. Like, you have to give a little grace sometimes. You don't have to sit there and be a doormat whatsoever, but you gotta give a little grace at times, because if you don't, it's just gonna be constant disappointment. When I'm doing these, this is off topic, but when I'm doing these dewy makeup looks, I always forget that I need to like do my cream products first, and I'll do powder, and then I'll end up messing myself up. Oh, this came out. What the heck? I'm gonna do, even though this like skin tint is still a little dark, I'm still gonna do like a little contour. Even though it doesn't make much of a difference, but it's enough of a difference. So now I'm gonna do my highlighter, my liquid oil cream highlighter on top of this cream. And I'm gonna be a little heavy-handed because I'm not using a traditional you know, method that I usually use. So I'm gonna use this cream. Move you in a little bit. So yeah, I put the cream highlight on, and now I'm gonna just use my finger and blend it in. At the same time, I have to be careful not to just completely wipe off the foundation. So I'm kind of like pouncing my finger. But I just want enough just to put like a glow. Hopefully that's blended in enough. Because I'll get back and look on this camera and be like, girl, what was you thinking? So now that I've done my cream products, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting my face. And I know this is a dewy look, but keep in mind, like I said, this is dewy for oily skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm gonna set where I have my concealer. And even though there's gonna be powder where I put this cream highlighter at, it's still gonna shine through, because usually when you use a glowy product under your makeup, it gives you like an underlining glow. And especially, you know, once your makeup starts to settle into your face, that glow becomes more apparent. It's not so dry as when you first applied your powder. So you got to give your makeup a chance to live on your face a little bit, and it'll start to settle and give you a more skin-like finish. So I'm just setting all the places I usually set, and then I'm gonna go in on the inner part of my face with my Makeup Revolution banana powder, and just add that on top just for a little bit more color. Now I'm gonna go in and, oh crap, y'all, I stay dropping stuff in these videos. but I caught it. I almost dropped all this setting powder on the floor. I'm using this Juvia's Place bronzer. This is what it looks like. I love it so much. I'm gonna use this, and I'm using the lighter shade because I want it more warm on my face, because this is supposed to be like a summer warmth type of look. So I feel like this one just looks more warm and summery. I love it so much, like so much. And I'm just pretty much putting this everywhere where I use that cream contour. And then I'm also gonna do my nose. I'm just taking any old eyeshadow brush. Now I'm gonna take my black opal powder, and I'm just gonna wipe all this off. I don't even really bake anymore like that at all, so I put it on and it's like I immediately wipe it off. You gotta make sure you get your neck, because we put foundation down our neck and we don't want that to crease up in the lines. Now I can still see the sheen of the highlighter underneath. So, but like I said, y'all, this is dewy makeup for oily skin. So we still have to take our precautions. Even though we're trying to get that summer glow, we have to take our precautions because we are oily. Now if you are a girly that has dry skin, or you know, combination, then you probably won't even need all this powder. You can just use the cream products, blend the stuff in and go. But since I am oily, this pink is like reflecting off my face. Since I'm oily, I gotta take these extra steps. So now that we did that, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my blush on, which has surprisingly become one of my favorite parts of makeup. And I've also been really enjoying like an orangey makeup look. I'm gonna take this, my favorite Juvia's Place palette, and I'm gonna be using this right here. I'm gonna use this as a base for, because this is like a dark coral, but I'm gonna use this as a base for some like more orangey makeup blush. So you see it's extremely, like, it gets pigmented, so you have to blend that out. And I swear it's not gonna look so harsh, because I'm gonna continue to blend it. So now that we're extra blushy, like we are extra blushy. And I almost feel like the right side of my face is more pigmented than the left. So yeah, now that we're all flushed out, I'm going to take a clean brush. And this is a very fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna like blend it out so it's not so harsh. So now I'm gonna take this McGrath Bridgerton palette, and I'm gonna use this orange shade because I want it to be orangey. And this is a shimmery blush, so I don't even need more highlighter with this, especially since I have already used that cream highlighter under this. I don't need highlighter at all. So this is acting as a blush topper as well as a highlight. Like, both sides of my face look shiny, but I promise this is giving me like that nice orangey, it's like gold flecks in there. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose as well. Just to like flush it out as well. Now that I'm done with that, it's time for me to apply my lashes. Just using this Trestique mascara. It's nothing special. I need to go buy some mascara, but I just never ever think about it. And this is just so that my lashes will blend in with the false lashes. I'm just gonna be using this last little pair. I need to order some more. I got these from Temu. I really like these lashes, and I like that I didn't have to buy lashes for a long time, but now it's time for me to order more. And I swear, like, lashes and the lip products really bring stuff together. Okay, we have the lashes on. Now I'm gonna do my lip. So I'm using, of course, my NYX Rebel Kind lip liner because I don't own any more. I don't own any other lip liner. And then this is Wet n Wild Mega Slicks, I believe, and this is just some lip gloss. So I don't even know what the color is. The sticker came off, but I got this from Walgreens, and this is what it looks like. I have no idea what the color is though, but it has like some gold flecks in there as well. So and this is a very like sheer but a little cherry colored lip gloss, so it kind of gives your lips like just a little kiss of color, not too much. So now we are going to set our face, and I'm gonna set it with two different setting sprays if I can find them. So the first setting spray, this is just like what I used earlier, my little Creme Shop oil absorbing setting spray. So first I'm gonna go in with this. I don't want to mess up my eyeshadow. And now where the magic happens, I'm going to be going in with this Dewy Coconut Setting Mist, and this is from e.l.f. So this is what makes the makeup look dewy along with all the glowy and shimmery products that I use. So if you ever want dewy looking makeup and you are oily, you just gotta take a couple more steps, but you can still achieve like a dewy look, so it's not just completely matte, which I love a matte look, but sometimes, I don't know, lately I've been wanting to like test the waters with the dewy look. So yeah, so and this really does have a nice coconut scent. So this is the completed look, you guys, and I know my blush is like blushing, and I didn't want to get my makeup all up in my hair, y'all, so just ignore my scalp and skin ratio. But yeah, I have this shiny, dewy, glowy makeup look for oily skin, and I'm really happy how it turned out. I feel like I look sun-kissed. I feel like I look like I've been out in the sun, even though that is farther from the truth. Couldn't be further from the truth because it's been raining so much, and we're still having all that smog from the Canada wildfires. So it's like right now it's just like, you know, we just pretty much gotta fake it until we make it. But here's a close-up. It's just like the shine. I'm really enjoying the shine. Like very glowy. I feel like, you know, I look like I've been outside and we are healthy and thriving. And I really like that. So yeah, that's my little dewy makeup for oily skin in my chit chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I know like I was kind of going on some tangents, but it was just on my heart to talk about because it's been coming up so much lately in my personal life, and I've also went through these things personally. So I hope that you guys enjoyed spending this time with me, having a little chat, whether you were chilling, eating, doing your makeup with me, or whatever. I hope I could keep you some company. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys subscribe. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.